Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Matchbox Memories. Today we're going to do an unboxing and review of these three 5-packs, these three old school 5-packs, and then also we're going to try and open these old school Matchbox cars that I have collected over the last few months. So without any further ado, let's have a look at the 5-packs one by one. Let's look at them all from in their packages and then open them all up. So there are the vehicles. We've seen this type of box before where it's sort of a window and you can see the vehicles from both sides, which is quite different from what Matchbox 5-packs look like today. I quite like this because then you can see if there's any defects in the vehicles you're purchasing. And this particular 5-pack is from can't see the licensing on here. Give me a second. Maybe it's up top. 2007. So there it is. So there's one. Here's the next 5-pack. Ooh, that's a bit of a bad fall. Next 5-pack. Love that white school bus. I think it's a 5-pack exclusive. And this one's called City Action number 11. Got that refuge truck at the back, or maybe it's a water tank. I'm not sure what that vehicle is. This one's a little bit newer. It's from 2009. And then last but not least, we have this brush fire rescue 5-pack with that amazing Chevy Blazer. And we're going to open all of these up. I think this one might also be from, no, this one's from 2011. So a little bit, this is the newest of the three. So give me a second, I'm going to open all these up and we will look at the vehicles and then we'll also look at some of the other cars. Alright, so let's start by looking at this dune buggy. It's an interesting casting. I'm going to say I'm neutral on it. I've got a few different versions of it. Didn't pull them all. It's got a plastic base. Sorry, let's just focus that in. There it is, dune buggy. This is a made in Thailand. It's quite a light vehicle. I'm not sure if there's any metal on this vehicle other than maybe the axles. Oh, and the screws are metal. So you could actually, never seen screws on a Matchbox car before, but there we are. That's a first. And I also noticed there's a bit of gunk. It's some sort of oily residue that's from the factory that's on there. It's a Sandspeeder 429. It's got that antenna, and then I do have another version. Don't really collect it. I'm not sure where I got this from, but I'm going to open that as well. And look at that. They all have screws at the bottom. And this one's made in China. So give me a second. I'm going to open that one up as well, and we will look at both of those. So there we have it. This is the one we just opened. Also dune buggy, made in China, but the same weight. So I looked into my collection and I actually have 4 versions of this. These are definitely, I got these from a charity store, so the antenna is missing. This one does have a metal base. Thailand. Yeah, so does this. This also has a metal base, so it's just, maybe this is metal. Just a really very poor quality metal. Yeah, it is metal. Just very, very thin. Wow, thought it was plastic. That's how cheap the metal is. So they all have metal bases. This one's also made in Thailand. Also missing the antenna. Not a bad vehicle, just, you know, not really part of what I'm collecting. I have 4 of them, so I will keep them. And then if I do happen to find others, I will keep showing you guys the entire collection. Next, we have this boat. It's a speedboat. It's called the Tower Boat. Also made in Thailand. This beautiful orange. It's actually a got some good weight to it. Not sure that it will actually float, but nevertheless, quite a nice boat. If you like collecting boats, this is definitely one of the nicer boats that Matchbox does. And I also have a playborn version. I also have a clean version of it somewhere. I do have another version of this casting. That's the same boat. This one, as you can see, has been damaged by someone. We're not going to spend too much time on it, guys. My hands are slippery today. Next, we have this Ford Expedition Sport Track in yellow. Beach Patrol Lifeguard. It's a very beach themed 5-pack. I've got 2 different versions of that, and they're both play worn as well. I'm not going to spend too much time on them. This one's from the 50th anniversary year 2002. And it says Huskies, I think it's Dog Sled Tours. Front's not done, rear's not done. Oh, it's got a moving part there in that version. This one is not a moving part, and let's have a look at this. This one's also not a moving part, and also very, very play worn. You can see all the dings on that. Made in Thailand. Another casting that I'm not super interested in, but I do have a few versions of it, and there they are. This is a Jeep Cherokee, Grand Cherokee, sorry. And the front, unfortunately, not finished, but it's actually quite a nice casting. And I've got a couple of these, I just didn't pull them. That one says I loved Eco Tours 4x4. It's got the boat on top, inflatable boat on top, with a bunch of stuff. Almost feels like a moving part, but it doesn't open. That's actually a really nice color as well. It's almost a teal, but it's more greeny. It's very nice. And this is the pick of the litter for me in this 5-pack. It is the Willys Jeep Wrangler 1998. Maybe not, it's not a Willys, it's just a Jeep Wrangler 1998 in white. And I think this is a 5-pack exclusive, so this one's going to look really, really nice next to all the other versions of this particular vehicle that I have. And I'm going to show you guys all of those really quickly. But before we do that, I do have another version here that I haven't opened yet, and I'm going to open that as well, and then we'll look at all the other versions of this particular vehicle as well. And this one, for the record, is from 2007, so quite old. So there's the card I just took out of its packaging. It's sort of a browny gold, a bronze, I would say. It says Jeep Wrangler. Sounds really nice. Brown, dark brown interior. No details at the back or the front. It's very nice. So this one was from 2007. And just to show you guys the different versions of this vehicle that I have, we'll just have a quick look at these. I'm not sure if I've ever shown you guys these vehicles. So MBX Jeep, orange interior, orange hubs, which is really nice. Looks like none of them have been, the front or the back hasn't been done on any of these. I think that says M32 as a manufacturing year and week. And this one's quite old, it's a China base, so. Then I'm not going to look at these individually, but you can see the roofs are different. This one has a roof rack with a bunch of stuff in it. These are quite nice. And then this one's the premium version with the rubber tires from the 65th anniversary which does have the front done but not the back. And there it is. And then finally this one's, I think, quite old. It might even be a China base. Yeah, so China. So this model's been in existence for a while. And Matchbox does still do this Jeep Wrangler, but they've sort of updated it to the version with the square lights, and we see this come out in the Jurassic Park theme. And I've got a few different vehicles that we've already looked at from Jurassic Park that is essentially the same Jeep, just a newer versions of it. You can see the square lights there. It's quite nice. So yeah, that's a fantastic casting. It is certainly building up in my collection, and I love collecting these. So we're done with the first 5-pack. We're moving on to the second, and there's a quick review of the cars. And give me a sec, I'm just gonna open that up. So that 5-pack is open, and that 5-pack was called City Action. Not going to spend too much time on the moving truck because we have seen it before and I do have it in my collection. This is probably the clean. I've 2 of these already, but they're not the cleanest. This one is absolutely perfect in terms of condition. The lights are kind of done on that. It's kind of interesting. I think this is a moving part. Does open. I'm not going to try and force it. Seen it before. Not going to spend too much time on it. It is a fantastic vehicle, and I will continue to collect them. Next we have this street cleaner. I thought it was a refuge truck, but this one's actually got quite a bit of weight to it. It's got a plastic base, but it's all metal. Lots of weight. This almost feels like it should be a moving part, but I'm not sure that it is. It's a really nice casting. Sadly, the front and the back are not done, but there's lots of details on them. And then I have one other version of it that we will quickly look at. It's called the Enviro Logistics. Big E on it. I'm not sure what that stands for. Number 6. Street cleaner. So I've got 2 of these. They're not bad. I mean, I don't love these fantasy vehicles, but you know, they are well designed. I think they're far nicer than the Hot Wheels fantasy vehicles. These are quite nice. They look quite realistic. I'm gonna move those apart, and then we can look at the school bus. Childcare Learning Center is what it says, and the name of this particular casting is, I was right, GMC school bus. So it is a licensed vehicle. You can see GMC right there on the front. Front is not detailed. It's got metal cab and a plastic body and a metal base. This one's really, really hard to find because I think it's a 5-pack exclusive. I'm not 100% sure of it, but I've never seen it as a single in the mainline. And I've got 4 other versions of it that I'm going to show you guys. So there it is, and I have one more version in blue that's coming. It says Metro School Bus Charter number 4, and I think this might have been the first version. Either this is the first version or it's the last version, I can't remember. They both look quite similar, the same color, just different, or similar colors but different livery on it. This one's an airport shuttle, still the school bus. I'm not sure if this, I think this came out of a 5-pack. Get on the Fun Bus, Hollywood Tours, yellow windows. That's a fun casting, isn't it? And then in green, MBX Science Center, classes available for all ages, I think. It's just, yeah, all ages. It's really nice. And I got 2 more coming that are on their way. So once I get those, we'll have a look at these one more time. I love this little casting, and when they finish it off, it looks absolutely fantastic. Look at that, fully done. Licensed by Volkswagen. It's the Volkswagen Caddy. Not sure why it doesn't say that on here, but it should, because that is what this vehicle is. And this one is Mobile Vehicle Services, and look at the detailing. Front detailed, side livery, nothing on the back, but just a really, really nice vehicle. Then I have one other version that I pulled that we can look at in blue, and also with the detailing on the front and the back in this case, and look how fantastic that looks when it's done. And just for record keeping, it is from 2007. So give me a second while I open that up and we will have a look at that as well. And finally, we have the ice cream van in yellow with polka dot blue, yellow, green. That's absolutely fantastic. Sort of a pastel yellow. And this is the 5th or 6th version of this particular vehicle that I have in my collection. We'll just have a quick look at the others. I'm not going to spend too much time on them because we just looked at all my food carts, but there they are, guys. There, so there it is in white. This is from a few years ago. It says lime, lemon lime time, and chocomoco, saltwater taffy, and then this one which just came out this year. Good googly cones. And then I have one other version in yellow that I have opened somewhere, but you can see it there, and it's part of that 9-pack. So there's 6 versions of it, guys, and let's just move along to this next 9-pack. There's the vehicles, and give me a second while I just open that up. Right, so we just opened the Brushfire Rescue 5-pack. It's got that fire truck on the side as the signature vehicle. Just have a look at these quickly. So this is the second version of this particular vehicle that I have. We opened it as part of a 5-pack, I think a couple of videos ago. I think it was a blue, forget what it's called, the Yamaha Rhino 2009. So not one that I'm necessarily collecting, but not a bad little casting. All right, next the vehicle I do collect. This one is, it looks like National Parks, but it's actually Forest Ranger. I did have a version of it that was play worn, so I'm very, very happy to add this particular version of it to my collection. And I've got a few of these that I pulled that we can also look at. But before we do that, let's have a look at this version of it. So this is the Ford F550 Super Duty Mini Pumper, and this is a fire engine themed version of it, which I'm also going to open, and look at the graphics on that. It's just fantastic. I love this era of card. Look at that. And that's from 2012. So give me a second while I open it up, and I'll pull a few more from my collection, and we'll have a look at this particular casting. So there's 5 versions of it, guys. I've got a few more in my collection that are somewhere and I couldn't find them, but I probably have 10 different versions of this particular vehicle. Let's have a look at the fire version of it, fire department version of it. Probably Matchbox Fire Department is what the M stands for. So MFD, Matchbox Fire Department, all the same detail. Look at that, lots of good detailing. Red interior, opaque siren, and in this one you can see it's a red ready orangish interior with the same siren, and then some of the other versions I have. We just opened that up a few weeks ago, and this one's from the Boone County 5-pack. I think, yes, Boone County Fire District. When I watch the gold mining shows, the reality TV gold mining shows, I sometimes see these vehicles pull up, and they look absolutely incredible. Okay, so next vehicle in this 5-pack, look at that detailing. International Workstar brush fire truck, so licensed vehicle. It's got some serious weight to it. It's a good combination of plastic and metal that builds up this vehicle. Unit 12. And I'm pretty sure I have 3 different versions of it, but I could only find one other. And I thought we found a different version of it in a 5-pack, but I'm not sure where I've kept it. But there it is, guys. Not going to spend too much time on it. Next, we're going to look at this helicopter, which seems a bit short, but let's just quickly look at it. And it actually has a moving part, because this thing actually extends. It's a bit tough, but there you go. Did it extend? Brush fire patrol. Obviously a fantasy vehicle. What's it called? It's called the Rescue Helicopter. It's well designed. With the extendable, look at that, it goes in, and then I have another version of it, and this particular version, it doesn't extend, it's just a fixed piece. It's actually a smart design to have that piece extend, because then it fits into a 5-pack. Whereas this one would struggle to fit into a 5-pack. And that is, don't want to spend too much time on that, guys. So I'm just going to move those along to the side. And let's look at this Chevy Blazer. So then this is a 5-pack exclusive. I don't think it came as a mainline. Once again, it's a fire vehicle, or it belongs to a fire station. You can see the logo there. Something fire district, I can't read what it does say on there. And with the old school antenna, the newer ones do not have that. I'm just going to show you all the Chevy Blazers that I've been collecting, because I do have a few of them now. But before I do that, I did find this brand new version that I haven't opened yet. This one is quite old. It says Police Dial 911. Sadly, I can't read what's in there. Something police, staff police, or state police. And I think that's the sign of Texas, or it looks like Texas. And that's from 1995, so almost 30 years old. Well, that is an old casting. So give me a second, I'm going to open that up, and then we will look at some of the other Blazers that I have as well. So once again, guys, not going to spend too much time on these. Just a quick look at the one we just opened. The other one we just opened, and I realized I do have a duplicate of this one here. The version I have did miss the antenna, so it's a nice addition. We saw that a few weeks ago. Sheriff version with the antenna. An off-road police version with a chewed up antenna. Some kid or animal had a good crack at that, and you can see a few chips on there as well. There's the jungle mission version. We opened that in the last video. It's one of my favorite versions of this vehicle, and that one's out the 5-pack. And you can see that the newer versions have no doesn't have the piece to even include an antenna. And that's just purely from a safety standpoint. I'm sure there's a few kids that chewed on it and parents complained. And as such, Matchbox has made the adjustment. See that little plastic piece where the antenna goes? The newer castings just don't have it. So those are my Chevy Blazers, guys. Love this casting and I will continue to collect it. And as you can see, none of these have got their front detail. Actually, one of them does. This one does. So this one was a bit of a special version. It was like, I think it was a Lesney. Sort of the nicer packaging. The front's done. It's not overly fancy, but it does have the lights done. It does make quite, and look at that, the back's done on that as well. And the others are all simple, but it does look quite good with the chrome finish. Alright guys, so that's it for 5 packs, but there are a few singles I do want to open, so if you're interested in seeing these and some comparisons to them, stick around and we will have a look at those. And I just found the third version of that fire truck that we just looked at, so I pulled it out. Here it is, Reynard County. We just opened that a few weeks ago as well, so not going to spend too much time on it, just for good record keeping. I knew I had a third version of it. Right, so I want to quickly look at these vehicles. This is a 71 Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser, and I've got 2 different versions of it, and then I looked at my Vista Cruisers and I realized I have it opened as well, so there they are. We'll look at the open version, and it's from the same year, same week, so looks like it's all the same shades. This one's in blue, and this one is from 2010. And just for record's sake, this one is from 2009. And here it is in pink, or this purpley pink, I'm going to call it, which is fairly recent. It's from 2018. So give me a second while I open those up, guys, and we will have a look at those. So I've got quite a few Vista Cruisers in my collection now, guys, so let's just have a look at this one first. I love the imagination of the designers on this, and look at that. They made it, they put a for sale sign. This would look amazing in a used car lot, or maybe it's brand new, who knows. But there it is. Fantastic casting. With the 2 dogs at the back. Unfortunately, the back's not detailed, neither is the front, but look at the imagination. I love that. The playfulness of the designers, and there's a few other versions of it. So that's the other one we just looked at. Since we haven't looked at this one in detail, we'll have a peek at it. So, gray plastic base. Seems more of a purple than a pinky purple, I'm going to call it. Beige interior. And the rest of them we have seen, so I'm not going to spend too much time on them, but there they are, guys. And that's the one that I had in my collection, and still have 2 other versions, which I'll likely just keep and trade with someone at some point. And then there's this white version with those tires. It also comes with that set of tires, so I'm still looking for that version. There's probably a few others that I don't have, but generally pretty excited with how much progress I've made with this particular casting. I've got a few of them in my collection now, and hoping to complete it. We'll look at several cars from in package, and then we'll open up all at once and have a look at them out of the package. This is the Cadillac CTS Coupe. Definitely starting to build up my collection of this vehicle as well. I'm still missing the black one that came as part of the Cadillac set. I'm not sure if that was a Target exclusive or a Walmart exclusive, but still missing that one, and that's one of the nicer versions of this vehicle. This is from 2010. Next we have this Dodge Charger in a lime green with a black hood. detailed front and back, or back, I should say front and back. Plastic base. And then a couple of Jeeps. This is the Jeep Superlift, Jeep Wrangler Superlift from a few years ago that I never opened, so I'm going to open that up. And then a 2018 Jeep Wrangler. Look at that, it's got the round lights. And this is from the Jurassic Park series from I think last year. At least I got it last year, and I'm not seeing. Yeah, I'm not seeing the year on it, but from a couple of years ago. Anyways, give me a second, I'll open those up and we will have a look at them. Okay, let's have a look at the Jeep first. So 2018 Jeep Biosign Genetics. So I'm guessing that's probably one of the companies that worked on the dinosaurs in the movie. Look at that spare tire, it's pretty rad. So R34 from last year. Unfortunately, the front's not detailed, but this is actually a very, very nice casting. Black interior. Lots of fun. So Superlift, Matchbox Adventures, mainline vehicle. Look at those fantastic tires. Matching the windows, which are also orange, and look at the details on the roof rack. Front's not detailed. And I've got a few of them. We saw them last time, so I'm not going to look at them again today, but I'm certainly going to add that to my collection of Superlifts. And then we'll have a look at this Dodge Charger. Look at that. That looks absolutely fantastic. Love the color on it. Detail front and back. And the hood as well. Wow. You don't often see that on mainline vehicles. The Dodge Charger 2005. Quite a nice casting. Would have loved to have seen this in black. And then the Cadillac. Look at that. Detailed front and back. In this gray with a black interior. The Cadillac CTS Coupe. And I've got a few versions of it which I have pulled. I've got both the sedan version as well as the station wagon. And those two are two completely different blues. One's sort of almost purple, and that one, you can see the difference in color just even on screen there. And then I have the white version, which I think was a 10-pack exclusive and is quite difficult to find. And then I got a bunch of station wagons as well. This purple one came in a 5-pack. It's a 5-pack exclusive. Not sure where I got the brown one, but this orange one is play-worn. I found it at a charity store. Still looking for a better version of it. And then I've got play-worn version and a clean version of the red one. So those are my Cadillacs, guys. They're certainly getting there where I'm quite satisfied. I'd love to find the black one from the Cadillac series, the Matchbox Cadillac series. And let's just keep going here. Okay, another one of my favorite castings here, guys, the Land Rover Discovery 110. This one in the MBX Swamp Tours livery. This is from 2014. Here it is in an emerald green. Look at that detailed front. That looks fantastic, doesn't it? Detailed back. It's got the Land Rover. It's not fully detailed back, but there is detailing at the back. It's on the tire in this case. I think I have 14 or 15 different versions of this. So this one's from 2006. So this is one of the earlier versions of it. This one, the front is not detailed. It says Land Rover Defender in yellow, black, and some gray mesh. Front and back are not detailed in that one. That's from 2012. So those are 3 of them. And then the final 2 cars we're going to look at are this Ford panel van, the Ford F100 panel delivery van. I have a few versions of this. I haven't opened, I didn't bring them out, but this one's probably the most fun version of it that I've seen. And look at that bright lime green on it. Quite a boring car, and make it exciting with some nice, interesting colors. From 2010. And this is one that I've started to collect, the International CXT, sorry. This one is in sort of, it's on a short card, and this has got a sort of a military theme to it. It's quite nice. That's from a few years ago, probably 5 years ago. 2017. Ford F100 panel delivery van from 1955. Taking an old van and put a modern design on it, and look how good it looks. Energy drink, and there's some sort of a panther on it. Black or a blue panther. Look at that color. How sharp is that? The International CXT in the army green. And this is the 4th or 5th version of this vehicle that I own. It's got tow hook, black interior. It's quite a nice vehicle. And then we have the 3 Land Rover Defender 110s. So I think I have 15 different versions of this particular casting, or this particular model. There's several different castings of this in my collection. I didn't pull them all out because we did look at all of them a couple of videos ago. This one never gets old for me, guys. I just wish Matchbox finished these off by detailing the fronts and the backs, which they have not done in this case, but still an amazing casting. Look at that. Look how good that looks. It's amazing how a little bit of paint totally changes the image of the car. And that's it, guys. So hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. And if you haven't hit like, please do that as well. Thanks.